the Broncos are about to be sold, it looks like, right? Is that what's going on with the Broncos? Because again, this has. I know we're talking about legal issues involving a quarterback and a sale of a franchise, but that does have ramifications in terms of Russell Wilson getting paid and in terms of setting another market for a quarterback and how that can actually cascade into other quarterbacks looking to get paid right now. So what's the latest on the Broncos sale?
Today's the deadline for the second round of formal bids. There are 4 groups left. The thinking is that Rob Walton, the son of Walmart founder Sam Walton, is the favorite. Now, I've been told it's his to lose, and if one of these other groups really wants to try to outbid him, because it's basically an auction at this point. It's not like the Pat Bowlen Trust is going to say to each of these 4 groups, thanks for playing, but we're just going to keep the team. They have to sell the team. The league wants there to be one owner of the Broncos. The league, I'm surprised at how long the league has let this situation linger. And one of the reasons it's been pushed to a head is because the league wants every team to have one person who is fully in charge of the affairs of that franchise. And I saw someone suggest today it's going to go to Walton for $4.5 billion. Well, if one of the other 3 decide they're going to keep bidding this up higher and higher, it ends up being like JFK's golf clubs. It's going to keep going higher and higher until we get to the final point where one party puts the paddle down and the other one goes and collects the golf clubs. So it could go north of $5 billion. It just depends upon whether these other groups decide that they're going to keep pushing it northward. And, of course, Rob Walton hopes the other 3 tap out and he can just get it for $4.5 billion. So I was told all along it's going to go for 5, and we'll see. Maybe these other 3 groups aren't going to push it over 5, and if they don't, he gets it for $4.5. It's still the highest price ever paid for a franchise, and it just underscores how much money is available to pay players. I know there's a salary cap, but the cap keeps going up, the values of the teams keep going up, and the curve keeps going up as to what quarterbacks are making. And I think the challenge with any of these deals, Rich, whether it's Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, or anyone else, where is the cap now and where is the cap going? Because you don't want to get yourself in a spot where 2-3 years from now you say, I did a bad deal. And I think that's going to be the challenge for Russell Wilson. And I've been arguing for years that one of these quarterbacks should get his compensation tied to a fixed percentage of the salary cap. Then he's protected against the cap going up so much that he feels like he doesn't have a fair deal.
So is this why Russell Wilson's contract and getting paid is suddenly, on Twitter and on social media? People are texting me about it from friends and just curiosity. I mean, where did his contract suddenly come to the forefront? Is it based on the Broncos sale?
I think it's just kind of settling in as we work through the off-season business. He was traded, and that was big news. And when he was traded, there wasn't hey, what are they going to do about his contract? It was just, hey, he's now a member of the Denver Broncos. Well, the reality is he's got 2 years left. And typically what his agent, Mark Rogers, does is negotiates a new deal with 1 season left on the current contract. So this is coming next year. But from the Broncos' perspective, there's value, Rich, in saying, if we do it now, it's going to be cheaper. And if he goes out and has a great year, we got to pay him either way. Whether it's a good year or a bad year, we got to pay him. We've already done the broader deal here. We've made the trade. This is our guy. If he has a bad year, we're not going to lowball him. We're going to pay him a market value deal. We're going to pay him less if we do it now. But if Russell Wilson's not jostling for a contract, it's a $24 million total payout this year. That's a pretty good deal. When you consider Deshaun Watson's going to get 46, asterisk, and Russell Wilson's getting 24, that's a good deal for the Broncos. So, if I'm Russell Wilson, I'd probably rather get the deal done now for certainty. But if you kick it a year and you have a big season, you're going to end up making a lot more over the long haul.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.